I'm Dana K. White of aslobcomesclean.com, an author of Decluttering at the Speed of Life, and Happy New Year, right? It's the time of year where we all start thinking about, am I gonna do anything differently? And this thing called resolutions comes into the conversation. I am not here to tell you, have some great, simple resolutions that are gonna change everything. In fact, resolutions scare me. I used to make them, and then I failed so many times that I was like, I think making a resolution kind of backfires usually, right? Anyway, I'm not here to say make these resolutions or to act like it's simple to change your house, but I am here to tell you 2 resolutions that are completely doable for you to mull over and think about in your home. And these 2 resolutions, which are honestly just mindset changes that then result in approaching your home differently, these 2 resolutions, totally doable resolutions, are hugely impactful, okay? And they are things that I have implemented in my own home that have really changed how we function here, okay? All right, number 1, first totally doable resolution, get rid of stuff that you hate. Here's the thing, I have a 5-step decluttering process, which is designed to help you make progress and only progress, never a bigger mess. And the 3rd step is really just permission to get rid of stuff that you don't need to keep. This is the declutter. So getting rid of stuff that you hate is really just embracing the declutter step, like of course this needs to go. I don't need to ask myself questions or analyze or think. I just need to actually get rid of it. Getting rid of stuff you hate, giving yourself permission to get rid of stuff that you hate as this is what I'm gonna do differently this year, helps you start to identify declutter, embrace declutter. You don't have to be in the middle of a big project. You don't have to set aside time. It's simply saying, if I pick up something or notice something or use something and realize, I actually don't like this thing. I actually don't need this thing. Why is this thing in my house? I can get rid of it immediately. I don't know why, but people like me, this is my problem, okay? I tend to pick up something out of a drawer, start to use it, and then realize, oh, I can't even stand this thing. Why do I even have it? And then I do this weird thing where I put it back in the drawer and think, I'm gonna need to declutter that drawer sometime soon, okay? Letting myself have the resolution to just get rid of stuff that I hate changes that. Every single item that leaves your home is successful decluttering. You're not done, but you have decluttered with everything that leaves your house, either in a donate box, by selling it, which I don't recommend, or by throwing it in the trash or recycling, okay? So less stuff in your house means your house is gonna be better. So every item that you pick up and realize, wait, I don't even like this, just let it go, okay? Along with this, something that helps with that is having easily accessible ongoing donate boxes. So my rule for a donate box is that it has to be donatable, meaning the box itself is going to leave my house along with the stuff that's inside of it. I'm never gonna have to go back through it to transfer it into another box or bag to actually take it to the donation place. Instead, I know that this box is leaving my house too. So once I put something in there, I'm not gonna think about it again. I'm not gonna go back through it again. Have boxes like that, which Christmas just happened. So most likely a lot of you have empty boxes laying around, right? Okay, honestly, any time of year. But we have boxes, so put them in strategic places. Maybe it's in your kids' play area. One place that I like to have one is by the dryer, so that if clothes come out and they reveal themselves as a like, wait a minute, we don't like this, it has a donate box to immediately go into that can build, and then those things leave my house, okay? So have some ongoing donate boxes around. Along with this, deciding it was okay to just get rid of something immediately when I decided I didn't like it kind of helped me realize the flaw in my thinking before, where I didn't necessarily think it through, but I realized that I would think, oh, I don't like this, and then I would still keep it, subconsciously thinking maybe I'll like it sometime in the future. Maybe it won't be broken the next time I open this drawer. just giving myself permission to say, if I don't like it, it needs to leave, just opened up a lot of ability for me to get rid of stuff, okay? To get rid of stuff on an ongoing basis. Here's my other big resolution, which is really a mindset shift that's totally doable, okay? And that is, make the resolution, if you want, I'm not telling you what to do, make the resolution to live in your home. Duh, right? Live in your home. What I mean by that is prioritize living, okay? Say, this is my house. This is the place that we pay rent or a mortgage or taxes or whatever on. This space is for living. Anything that makes it harder to live in this space, I'm gonna let it go. Having this mindset shift will change how you see your home, and it will change how you see the stuff that's in your home, okay? I had to decide anything that makes it harder to live in my home needs to go. So if you have not watched the container concept video, go watch it here. If you don't know what I'm talking about, the container concept basically is the answer to every decluttering question. And it goes like this: spaces are finite. I can't try to put more stuff into a space than it will comfortably hold and ever think that my house could possibly be under control, okay? I have to eliminate stuff down to the point where the spaces in my house only have what I can really get to and use comfortably. Every box is a container, but every shelf is a container, every closet, every drawer, every space in my home is a limit to how much can go in there. Changes how I look at my house, okay? That video right there explains in a lot more detail. But here's the thing. When I realized that space is finite, would have said that I knew it, but anyway, when I realized space is finite, my house can only be under control if I eliminate excess so that I only have what will comfortably fit in a space. Once I realized that, I realized, oh, my house itself is a container. The size of my house is the size of my house, and if I try to fit more stuff into my house than it can hold comfortably and usably, my house can't be under control. And when I realized that, I realized, oh, the people in my house deserve space. The way you implement the container concept is by giving your favorite things priority, okay? So the most favorite things get space in the container first, and then you fit in other things, and then you let the space determine, okay, nothing else can stay. My people, my family, they're my favorite things. They are my favorite. They deserve priority space in the container first. They need to be able to live, do life in our home. So anything that makes it harder for me or the people who I love who get priority space in this container, anything that makes it harder for us to live in this space can't stay, okay? So what does that mean? Well, it means that the couch needs to be a place for the people in my home to sit and relax and spend time together and re-energize and all that kind of stuff, okay? So if my couch is covered in stuff, that stuff needs to go because that stuff is making it harder for us to actually live in our home, to do the things that we need to do. If the floor is covered with all kinds of random stuff and it's hard to walk from one place to another, then it's hard to live in my home, because living in my home means I need to be able to get easily from one place to another without parting the sea of stuff, okay? The dining room table. In our house, it's important to me that we are able to sit down around the table together. Those are my favorite times, when we're all sitting around the table, we laugh and we talk. That's important to me. So I have to make the decision that I can't store things on the table, because if I store things on the table, it makes it harder for us to use the table to live, to do what we need to do, to eat dinner as a family together around it, okay? So that helps me change my perspective on things and realize a lot of spaces in my home, their purpose is for us to live in them. That means they can't be storage. They can't be places to put things, because their job is to stay empty so that then we can use this space as people to do our family things that we need to do. For some of you, you might have a bed that's piled with stuff, and so somebody slept on the couch because there was stuff all over their bed. Prioritizing living in the house means prioritizing sleeping in the bed and being comfortable. So that gives you a place to know, okay, this stuff can't live on the bed. It has to have a home somewhere else if it's gonna stay in my house. Maybe it means that you clean out the guest room so that it can serve as an actual guest room. We don't have a guest room here, but when we did, it was very easy for that room to turn into a huge cluttered storage space because I was like, oh, it's okay. It's a place where I can put things. But in reality, that meant that we were less likely to invite people to stay in our home and use that guest room because stuff had taken over that room. So instead, prioritizing and saying, for me to live in my house and have a guest room, I want to be able to easily invite people over to stay in my home, okay? Then that gives you the understanding that this room is not a storage room. It needs to be lived in. It's supposed to be for guests. These things can't live in there. They have to find a place somewhere else in my house, which if you follow my decluttering, 5-step decluttering process, I teach you how to find that place, okay? There's a video right there where I teach you how to do that. But I can't have those things live in there because they are taking up room that needs to be for guests to be able to be comfortable. So they have to either have another established real place in my home or they have to leave. And maybe it's for your kids to be able to play on the floor. Maybe their play area is so full of toys that there's not actually room for them to do the playing. And so you prioritize living as opposed to the stuff, the playing over the toys. Does that make sense? Okay, so what are the 2 totally doable resolutions that if you want to, you can make them? I'm not gonna tell you what to do. What are the 2 totally doable resolutions? Number 1, get rid of stuff you hate. Don't turn it into a decluttering project. Just give yourself permission this year. You know what? If I don't like something, I'm getting rid of it. And I'm not gonna hesitate to get rid of it if I don't like it. Number 2, live in your house. Prioritize living, prioritize giving space for the people in your home to be able to do the things that they need to do in your home and not have stuff get in the way. Don't forget, I do lives here on a pretty regular basis. And so I will link in the description to the forum where you can ask me questions and then I will answer those live. All right, I will talk to you later. Bye.